Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, okay? And hopefully, everybody had a great Monday, okay? Hopefully, everybody having a good time already. I know I'm like 17 minutes late, but y'all know I be getting home at 9 and then rushing to get to y'all as soon as I can, okay? But I am here, okay? And we have things to discuss on this good old Monday, okay, of August the 7th of 2023, okay? So again, happy Monday. If anybody's having a bad day, it's going to get better because y'all are here, okay? Now look, I hope y'all have done a couple of things already because, I was here and stuff, and y'all will see and stuff. So hopefully y'all have already subscribed to my channel. Hopefully y'all have already liked the video. Okay, hopefully y'all have already what else? Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Okay, y'all can also share the video by hitting share, and that lets other people who don't know me get to know me. Okay, they can be a JayBird just like y'all. Okay, now look. Y'all know I'm stalling because I had to go grab my sweatshirt, honey, because y'all know it's cold in my apartment, okay? Hey, y'all. One day I'm going to sit my phone down and record the antics that is going on while the waiting room music is playing, and I'm running around here, honey, trying to get some water, sweatshirt, take off my work clothes, okay? Make sure the audio's on. Make sure ain't nothing behind me. The ain't gonna be behind me, okay? And whatever, because I be trying to get to y'all, but I be having to go through it, okay? I know I could just push the live to be at 9:15, then y'all wouldn't get here to 9:30, and that don't work, okay? I have to set it for 9 o'clock to give y'all time to get here, okay? To give y'all time to get here. So, welcome. Okay, I hope y'all are here for the food, the lish, and the nis, okay? Because that's what we're gonna be having today. Some conversation about. Now, look, for those of y'all who was here yesterday for the conversation of Alabama, that's all I'm gonna say. The conversation from yesterday about Alabama, I want to thank those who gave super chats. I want to thank those who gave cash apps. I want to thank y'all because that video was fully flagged. That video was flagged 3 different ways. Okay. I mean, it was age restricted, so nobody under 18 or nobody who isn't signed in to YouTube can even see it. Okay, it was flagged, so no ass. I don't get no girl. So for those who say we had a good time. We had a good old time yesterday. Okay, but thank y'all to those who was able to. You don't have to, but thank y'all who was able to send me $1 or 2 because I appreciate it. So that way I got a little something for my troubles. Okay, for the entertainment. Because YouTube was tripping, but today I'm gonna be clear. And I'm going to be sure to use my words wisely. We're not going to talk about nothing from yesterday. Anything about Alabama will always be in a whole separate video because I ain't got time. I do not work for free. And YouTube has been flagging people, and not just other people as well. But I mean, we had a good time yesterday watching Alabama. And honey, it cost me. Okay. Like it didn't affect my channel per se. Just I would not get paid for that video. Okay. But thank y'all for those who were able to, you know what I'm saying, put a little dollar in my cup. I thank y'all all up and through. Okay, now how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I grabbed my water bottle. Ain't that much water in it, but it's enough. Oh, there ain't no water here. But the ice is in there. But this will last me till my first probably like the video. Okay. But we not gonna look, y'all gonna stop making it seem like I talk too much. And every time we round here for hours and hours and hours. No. You're welcome, my types and my teeth for keeping you entertained. Okay. But again, hey to people, hey, look. The commentary, the coverage, the everything that went along with it yesterday, it was people don't realize I do this. Like when if YouTube didn't flag so much stuff, y'all would get videos about everything. We would consistently have watch along conversations. But because I know how YouTube be, I can't always do that. Okay, and I can't always take one for the team around here. But yes, you know what I'm saying? I do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I be. And when I really get in my mode and I just go, I go. And that's what it is. So again, that's what we're gonna do today. A good time gonna be had by everybody around here because it's what it is. That's what it's gonna be. Okay. I'm trying to just click on for yourself to say, hey. Okay. Where do you get all the energy after working all day? I don't be having it. I be faking it. It's the water. Ice water gives me energy for one. But when I'm done with my life, trust and believe I am tired. So when I'm done with life, I'm like, oh, so sometimes I'm on here and I don't have energy, but I still do my job as a commentary creator. But some days I don't feel like it. No. So that's why sometimes I have a live plan and I'll cancel. Like I can't do it today. So but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I have to I push through. And that's all I can do. Okay. Now, today's shenanigans. Okay, not to be mixed up with yesterday's shenanigans. Okay, today's shenanigans is all these people right here plus some. Now I feel like at the same time, it wasn't that much going on when I was looking at stuff. I'm like, we ain't got that much stuff going on. But Bishop robbery, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see I put Bishop R because I don't want no issues. I don't want no issues. I'm like, so y'all know if it's a Bishop R, y'all see that man picture. Y'all know that means he gonna be a topic of conversation around here. But I was like, ain't that much going on or whatever. But I'm like, Bishop Robbie had a conversation about the man who we say set him up. We're gonna watch that. Okay. We're gonna discuss this a little bit of speak on that between Candy and Cynthia and about anything. And this things. Okay, this things. Some stuff I'm not even gonna say. Y'all gonna have to look at the screen. Okay, so I'm sometimes because I don't wanna get flagged not no more. Because I like getting paid. Okay. And the let me show y'all. Because the video, I was mad yesterday, last night when I seen it get flagged. Because it's one thing for them to flag and say, okay, it's gonna get like limited ads. I mean, you won't make that much at all. But to be double, triple that, I was like, oh, y'all really got me. That's what it is. The video has 6,200 views. I think it's right. It may be at visible views. So to not be paid for a video where, let me see how many views it really is. It says 6,200. So I'm going to take it that that's what it is. But to not be able to get some money for a video. Yes, it's at 6,400 views. So to not be able to get paid off that, it's a bit aggravating, okay? But again, my JayBirds came through. And sometimes I also understand that because like when I recapped the brawl that happened on Love and Marriage Huntsville down at Badani, that video got me a whole bunch of views, a whole bunch of new subscribers. So sometimes I also understand people will still see my videos, see how entertaining I am. So it's almost like free promotion because folks will see it and they'll come and they're like, oh, she is entertaining. She is laughing and joking or whatever. And so sometimes I get, okay, that is just the price I'm paying for folk to see me. So I get it, but I love y'all. I love y'all. But let's get to sharing. Okay, let's get to sharing my IG so we can have some conversation. It's gonna be some foolishness around here, some celebrity foolishness, some regular folk foolishness. I saved some of everything. Now this is only stuff I've saved since I was, at work. I don't know what didn't happen. Since I got home, but this what we have here. Now I'm gonna save. I'm going to save Bishop robbery and my commentary on Megan and that little man. That's gonna kind of be last because that way, if any of that get flat, I can cut it out. I hope it don't. Because I'm not gonna say nothing. Because we know why that little man is in the house with bars. We know what that little man did. We know what Meg went through. So some things I just don't have to say. So it is what it is. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? I love y'all too. Woo, okay, I love y'all. I love the commentary and greatly appreciate you. I acknowledge you put a lot of work and I enjoy your videos. No matter how long, I rarely look at TV. I just see what's on your channel. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a triple. It was flagged for it was age restriction, limited ads, and then when I requested an appeal, it denied my appeal and then said it was going to be like no ad revenue. But again, a time was had last night. Okay, and sometimes I get that's what it is, but we have fun. And again, the JayBirds, send me some stuff, send me some dollars, and now we good. Okay, we good. Let me share my screen. Don't you leave. Promise I'll be here Whenever you leave it in. I'm sorry. Okay. So I saw this and I was like, say what now? Now I feel two different ways about this situation because I feel like because y'all can read what it say, so I don't have to say what it say. Okay. However, I feel like this mama who happened to be a Caucasian person whose child is a mixed child, but a child look a little bit more African American than she look white. Okay, the mama was upset because while flying, supposedly, allegedly, the one of the stewardesses or one of the flight folk said, "Oh, is that your daughter? I don't think that's her daughter. Let's call ahead and say that may not be her daughter." Now, this is the thing about black people. When I first saw this, I said, why the little girl hair look like that? I said, this is my thought process for people who like to date outside of their own race. Okay, I don't have no issue. Date who you want to date. Date whoever it is you want to date. However, you need to be able to comb the hair of anybody you choose to date and have children with. Okay, if you happen to be a Caucasian woman dating a black man, and y'all have a child who is biracial while you're pregnant, you need to go find some black friends or find a black hairstylist. Find somebody to do their little girl hair, because this is my thing. And I know kids' hair look different ways at different times. It's not all the time that because we know kids have fun, and black folk we sweat. And when we sweat, what I'm saying, depending on the tameness of our luxurious hair, some folk hair, it curls up in different ways. And the way the little girl hair look right there is a travesty. So in my opinion, the stewardess probably thought, well, she didn't do little girl hair. Let's call 911. But let's listen to what she said happened.
Okay. Yeah. Because of the way Southwest has their seating, we were the it's okay, sweetheart. We were the last ones on because we were the last ones to buy the flight.
A 10-year-old in tears after a traumatic encounter her mother says was racial profiling by South.
Look at that. Look at that right there. Because I know we felt like, oh, the one picture could have been a one-off. It could have been a one-off situation. I said, ma'am, no. Mm-mm. No. And first of all, whoever the daddy is, he dead. Is the daddy alive? I don't know. The daddy dead, that's wrong too, because you ain't got no. This is my thing. Even if you marry someone who is a part of the black delegation, where's his family, his aunties, cousins, sisters, high school, whoever, to say, do something to that baby hair. And I'm all for us having our natural hair as well. That ain't natural. That's I don't know what I'm doing her hair. So I'm going to let it be. I'm going to be tangled up. I'm going to let it get matted. Why the dog hair more tan than the daughter? And again, I'm not against anybody who, has somebody who dates outside their race. But I feel like if you want to date, fuck it. If you want to date somebody black, know how to do your child's hair. If you don't know how to do your child's hair, you should find somebody of the black community who knows how to do the child hair. Period. Don't want the dick and not want to know how to do the hair that comes. Don't do that. It aggravates me. Okay.
Southwest Airlines.
This was traumatic.
Her hair all combed. She has wild curly hair. Why your wild curly hair? And I mean wild, I don't mean it in a mean way. I mean, why is your hair? Because, you know, curly hair, sometimes you have to tame it. Because, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So your hair look tamed. Your curls look coiffed. But the photos of your child, we keep saying none of them does her hair look even like it is a natural hairstyle that is taken care of. Each time we've seen a photo of your child, it looks horrible.
For my daughter, but sadly, it's also part of the daily experience of many, many people of color, which is terrible for anyone, but it's especially bad when children have to deal with it.
Mary McCarthy says she believes
it's the braids down there, and then it's a ponytail, it's a poof, and it's a little afro puff at the back. And I'm like, ain't no edge control. The hair hurt. Look. I don't even use edge control. Because I feel like our edge is going to be edges. But I feel like the girl hair look like it's not combed. Thank you, I am Beaver Nicole. She take her ass to the salon every 6 to 8 weeks to get them highlights. Boom. Take the baby to a salon. Take the baby to a salon. Because this ain't your natural curls or your natural color. Got that baby on TV not looking like, look. And I feel like hopefully people reach out and say, you know what I'm saying, hey, let us help you. This is my thing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the little girl's hair texture or none of that. I want to be clear so no one can make you was being mean. I want to be clear what I mean. What I mean is, even when you have your natural hair, it's supposed to be combed and groomed and tamed and whatever the word you can use to mean it don't look like your mama don't do your hair.
Believes they were targeted because her daughter is biracial. McCarthy captured the October encounter on camera. The mother and daughter had flown from LA to Denver after McCarthy's brother had suddenly died.
Look at that shit, y'all. Look at that shit. I'm upset. The mama around there, hair, first of all, those not even natural curl. The mama went and got her hair curled at the salon. And your child is standing next to you. And also, the way white women are able to tame their curls ain't the same for black children. If you want to date people outside of your race, you need to know how to take care of them. Hair maintenance for black people is different. And if you can't learn, if you don't even know that, because my thing is the mama has to know that hair don't look right, because you have to see other black kids who don't look like your child. So while she around here complaining because the airline staff thought the mama was out in traffic, you hear me? I'm using words I can use. The airline staff thought the mama was out here in traffic and moving the kid from state to state. I'm like, ma'am, first of all, I also feel like the little girl may have looked like she didn't belong to you because she may have looked unkempt. And that ain't no tea, no shade to the little girl. You know what I'm saying? If somebody see a Caucasianite around here, nicely dressed, hair done and curled, and then it's a little black girl with them who hair look like alfalfa around here, like the person who they with can't possibly know what to do with them. So while I get it is extremely traumatic for a child to feel like, oh my God, they're going to take me from my mama. That's my mama. And oh my God, they assumed because I'm white and my daughter's, biracial, that I'm not her mom and they call the police. And my thing is this: I feel like as long as your child was not removed from your custody, as long as you was not arrested and booked for it, ma'am, it's called precaution. So I get you were inconvenienced. I get you don't want anyone profiling you because you have to be a Caucasianite or whatever. I get it. I get it. I get it. At the same time, in the same breath, it's called precaution. Because trafficking around here is heavy with the black people. And so you couldn't find not now a picture of your child hair. And that also show how much she's just not even thinking about her child and how she looked. I wish my mama ain't never. The only time I can even think about my hair wasn't I don't have any examples. My mama ain't never. She ain't never. And you up here on the news with your child, each photo you show, because you had to provide them photos. Each photo that Mary Magdalene showed of her and her child as proof that she's the mama, the child hair look a mess. And that's what I'm most upset about. And again, let me reiterate. It is traumatic for a child to be on a plane and, oh my God, they're going to take, I get it. The true victim here is the child's hair. Because when she's older, when that child is old enough to know that she is that she's going to be looked at as a black woman and that how her hair looked her whole childhood, she'll be pissed. Mama, why didn't you not one time take me to Aunt Rwanda hair salon? Why didn't you never ask my aunties, okay? Why didn't you ever ask my auntie Tutu to come do my hair? Mama, why you let me look like a fool? And Mama, why you went on TV and then had all my pictures? No, ma'am. And she want to complain, and I'm not saying what the child experience wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Something, I get that. But I'm like, I also feel we do want flight attendants and people to be aware of something that look right. And to me, if I say, look, let me be honest. If I seen that white woman with her hair looking all nice and curly and her looking all nice and put together, and I see a little black girl with her who just don't look right. The hair look up. I'm like, man, the hair, are you okay? Is that your mom? Is it? Okay, I was looking for the resemblance, is what I would do. Now, I may not call the sheriffs to meet them unless I mention it to somebody else and they say, well, let's just be sure. Like, let's have the police check their passport or check their stuff at the gate just to be sure the last names, the match, and the brims and all that stuff. I don't mind that. But I feel like if let's call it thing. The reason they probably assumed you were not her mother was because of how she looked. Not because of her being black, but because of how she looked. Because we ain't never seen her hair look right.
The day before. On their connecting flight in San Jose, McCarthy says the flight attendants told her she couldn't sit with her daughter because there were only middle seats available. She says she asked another passenger if they would switch seats. But when they landed, the pair was suddenly met by police.
When the police and the Southwest representative who met us at the jet bridge told me that we had been reported for alleged suspicious behavior, that's when things clicked in my brain that maybe we had been racially profiled.
So it clicked in her brain. Maybe they came at us because I'm white and she's black. Maybe. And to me, saying suspicious behavior could be y'all don't look like y'all come from the same household. Again, the dad said that the lady, now, first of all, her brother died. May he rest in peace. Condolences to the family. Her brother died. They flew to one place, flew somewhere else, and they took it was a couple flights. It may seem sketchy. If you look put together and your child look unkempt, that is suspicious behavior.
The flight attendants were just concerned about the behavior when you boarded the aircraft. That's all we're following up on. We're not suspecting anything.
McCarthy learned quite the opposite was true.
Oh, fuck. She got some braids.
Denver police told her they were responding to a report from a Southwest flight attendant of possible human trafficking. McCarthy has now retained an attorney and wants Southwest Airlines to take action to ensure no other families encounter the same treatment.
We had the police called on us for a very serious crime in a context that was deeply traumatizing to my daughter.
It's another pass.
First of all, I feel like the mama more upset because, I'm a white woman. How dare you call the people on me? How dare you? I feel like, no, it may look suspicious. Because you look kept up and your daughter does not. That's part one. And I feel like we depend on people of the airlines to sometimes see what we don't see, because there are kids who get snatched around here, and because people don't care, they not looking around. When you see a person and how that child hair look, how y'all wasn't sitting together, why would y'all seats not together? I'm confused about that. And you didn't call the new, it was traumatizing. Again, I'm not negating how it can be, but ma'am, you were not arrested. You were questioned because they felt like something may be weird. Let's just ask the question. Because had your daughter really been out here snatched up, you would want someone to pay attention. Do that, child here. Do your child get it? Look here, I am not a subscriber of people who like to be with us and not do what it takes to keep us up. You can't say, oh, my biracial daughter. We see that little girl as a little black girl, and we see her hair look like her mama don't care about it. They would do that anyway because that do look suspicious. It does. Period. So you should be happy that somebody was looking out for your biracial daughter, because somebody could have said, forget your child. They could have said, I don't care about her child. I don't care about her child, whatever. No, they're supposed to want to be sure that your child wasn't being taken by somebody else. Do that, girl, here. Do it today. Immediately. Okay? Let's see some more foolishness.
She says she is still recovering. Denitra Dawson says in September of last year, 3 Popeyes restaurant employees jumped her while she was in her car in the drive-thru on Cleveland Avenue in Southwest Atlanta and did this to her and beat and punched her after she tried to get them to correct her order.
What is wrong with the people at the what is wrong with the people at the Popeyes?
Why me? I didn't even think I was gonna make it back to my kids.
Atlanta police arrived and arrested the 3 employees. A mother.
Good. This is my thing. We see, because you know how much force it takes to rip out somebody's hair. You at work, y'all at work, slanging chicken. And we all know when we go to any fast food place, they always mess up stuff. Okay, you want some honey mustard sauce, they give barbecue. Okay, you want the sandwich with no onions, they put onions on it anyway. Okay, you want a large fry, they give you small fry. We know, and sometimes they be so busy they give you the wrong thing. This lady was like, I was only telling them that the order was wrong. And y'all gonna come and jump on me and beat me up and pull out all my hair. That is a whole patch. They pull a whole braid out. The whole thing. Like, it almost seemed like, was that part taken down? Like, that is insane. I'm gonna need people, if you work in fast food or whatever, I need you to calm down. Okay? Just calm down. Because for what? Now y'all arrested in jail because you want to pull somebody's hair out. You stupidity. Now we talk about the white lady who was not doing the black girl hair. Now we on black people who put out somebody else's hair, and now she's bald. And the thing about it is, sometimes when your hair gets pulled out like that, it don't grow back because you pulled it from the follicles. Okay. I'm gonna need people to just sometimes calm the fuck down. Okay. Somebody telling you at work, hey, this not my water. This is the wrong water. This Popeyes was on Cleveland Ave, the hood of Atlanta. I'm not believing she was just calmly complaining. But this is the thing. I feel like even if she wasn't calmly complaining, what could she have said that caused the balding that happened? They balded that girl. I feel like that hair ain't gonna ever grow back. Not the way it was. She gotta just shave her head and start over. She do. Because when you pull shit from the follicles of the brain, of the membrane, it's hard to come back from that. Okay? She needs a miracle. It's not funny, but it's funny. You just have to, I feel like whenever I see somebody fighting for no reason, I'll be like, was it worth it? You can hit with chairs. Was it worth it? And so you arrested now because you snatched the lady hair at the Popeyes. Like, cause ain't you fired now? Like, and my thing is this: if you work at Popeyes, like, how much can you even, like, what's going on in life? That you at Popeyes pissed at the lady and now she's scalped. But now you out of a job. We don't want, it's decisions. It's decisions. How the fuck is my bill already? Y'all be trying to look at myself and see if it's flagged or not. And I'm like, I ain't even said nothing crazy yet. Now I'm going to assume look at this shit. You see this shit? How you see already limited? I ain't said nothing crazy. I ain't said nothing yet. Let's keep going. Anyway, stop pulling people's wigs because it's not gonna work for you. People out here scamming. People out here scamming. 3 million in auto thefts, but they got busted because they was posting the cash and cars on social media. I don't understand why people commit crimes and then they put the crime on social media. I never understood that. I feel like you want to get caught. You want to get caught. That's it. You want to be caught. And you just like, let me get caught and then I can go to jail and I can get a free meal for a few years. But it's stupid. A group of 6 alleged thieves were busted for allegedly being involved in a $3 million auto theft ring. Members in the group were caught flashing cash and stolen vehicles on social media. Don't you know they watching? They watching everybody. They say you took the flag husband. Look. Don't be surprised if I ain't gonna lie tomorrow. I may be aggravated. If it stay flag was up. But I just like stop doing dumb stuff. It says the Attorney General added they targeted car dealerships, cell phone stores, and ATM businesses and amid a soaring grand larceny auto rate in New York City. Okay. The members pleaded guilty to more than 200 thefts last week and were all sent to prison. They have not disclosed the sentences. If you around here on social media posting the stolen stuff, take your ass to jail. Just go to jail. Go to jail. Like, do you just want to be? If you want to go to prison, go to prison. If you want to be there, then be there. Okay. Look, remember that boy? We ain't heard much about Carly Russell. Her ex-boyfriend, that dude Tamar around here doing club appearances, and as you see the little sign up say search and rescue. Now the fact that it's only one bottle, a dude holding a search and rescue. This looked all kinds of bad. This looked janky. His shirt got a stain on it. His neck was too tight. I feel like, and that's what she wanted. She did all this for him. And now he out here in the club with Air Force Ones, with... It don't make no sense. Like this done at all. What you here for? All roads meet me here. Like, I feel like you posted on your social media how you was over it or whatever. You don't want nothing from it or whatever, and all these things, and now you around here just in the club. Who want us like that? What is he doing? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand when people who don't nobody know that man. Like, don't nobody know him. He ain't did nothing. What's the point of going to the club to see him? See him do what? Right. She got on leg warmers and sandals. Is you cold or you hot? Which one is it? Either way it go, it don't make no sense. We don't understand it. Jesus let it be. So if ever we thought, oh, not only is Carly Russell lame, so is her ex-boyfriend, because he around here doing club, and he's in Atlanta. He's not even in Alabama no more. He's in Atlanta. I don't like dumb people. I don't like it. I don't like it. We talked about this last week. The dude Kai is Kai some dang on body, who he's now facing felony charges because he told folk, "Hey, I'm giving away a couple of PS5s. Come on down here," and thousands of folks showed up. A whole riot happens. He was arrested. Now I kept saying, I understand that was not his intention. His intention was not to cause a riot, but your actions caused a riot. Okay? It caused damage. People was down there being foolish because you told them come down there. And you all know when you know you have thousands or millions of followers on social media, and you say, hey, all y'all come down here for something free, people gonna be dumb, come on down there. And the fact that there was like nothing put in place, there were no safety precautions put in place. Now, the NLE Chopper Sayana was like, oh, why charge him? Go focus on the real criminals. He may not be a criminal, but what he did caused a lot of foolishness. So we also have to advise people, be careful what you do. As a black man, you should be ashamed of yourself. He didn't. What do you want? It's like, did y'all not see the footage? Did you not see the? It was foolishness all around. The fact that they had the helicopter showing it looked like ants. It looked like a whole bunch of ants just running around here. And I feel like he was, first of all, he was only, if you giving away 5 PS5s, just tell people, hey, meet me on my live. And we're going to pick 5 random people to get a PS5, and I'm going to send it to them. We're going to pick 50 people to give $100 gift card. But like, you told all of them for to come down there. And again, he had no intent of causing what he caused, but you caused it. Because kids don't think, and I think the little boy kid or whatever, I don't know. But again, you can't be causing ruckuses. You can't be causing ruckuses. It ain't gonna work. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. For some good news and couple news, look, Ashanti and I don't know about y'all, but as a person of my age, I am so happy to see Ashanti and Nelly like as a couple. Okay? Because back in my day when I was younger, when Nelly and Ashanti were first together, you never saw them together like that. Ever. Like, they had a very, very private, relationship. Again, people that they struggle or whatever. But like the fans, we never had a chance to see them like just happy and in love and singing. So seeing them singing Usher nice and slow together, smiling, Nelly showing all his teeth, Ashanti smiling, you know what I'm saying? It's so cute. So I don't know about y'all, but I am so happy to see that Ashanti and Nelly spent the block. They together. They seem happy. But they're also not like just putting it in our face all the time. Like, it be the little spurts of us seeing them together. Like, okay, I love it. I do, because they deserve to be happy. And a part of me feel like maybe they both were just kind of waiting to come back around now to each other. She make him happy and he make her happy, and they have and that don't mean things is perfect. What it means is Ashanti got Nelly on the thing singing Usher nice and slow loud. I love it. So kudos to the couple. Okay, I wanted to add in some nice things, but it's like this some random stuff. Also, Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti, they also fly their love. So Yo Gotti posted this on his page, and y'all know folks kept teasing, oh, he not gonna post her, he don't do this, he do private. Yo Gotti got Angela Simmons, and he like, no, I'm gonna show her off. Now, she also was doing an interview with Tigger, and she was trying to help promote. Not help her, but she, in her interview for what she had going on, she mentioned her man new album. Okay, kudos to that. And she has some new Angela cakes. I don't know, because I don't eat sweets, or whatever. Oh, vegan funnel cakes. And her man now, okay, playing a song, the one, because she the one. And look, Angela been through a lot in life. You know what I'm saying? She did not like dating. She was judged a whole bunch because of the Bow Wow Romeo thing. She got with old boy, had her son, boy got killed. That was real sad. And we know Yo Gotti said a long time ago he had a crush on Angela Simmons. And what happened? They split the block. Okay, years later, and he's dating and seemingly in love with Angela Simmons, because she seen head over heels, so do he. Because again, Yo Gotti never really showed who he was with like that. Okay, so I like it. So again, just kudos to the couples around here being happy together. Now, it's some sad news, y'all. Sandra Bullock, her longtime partner Brian Randall passed away. He was suffering for 3 years with ALS. He passed away. He was, I think, 50. He was in his 50s. He was 57 years old. And they've been together since she met him, they said, back in 2015. She adopted 2 children, so he was like the father figure to her 2 kids. He had an older daughter. You know what I'm saying? Sad. So, she got the 2 black kids. Okay, now how kids can look, I want to know that. But they privately dealt with his ALS. But condolences and all the well wishes and grief, prayers and all of that to Sandra, his daughter, their kid. Because even though she adopted the 2 kids on her own, they've been together for at least the past 7-8 years or whatever. So he was the father figure to those kids. So it's sad all the way. And I like Sandra Bullock. Okay, I have not heard of nothing of her being any kind of problematic white woman. I like Sandra. So it's so sad. May he rest in peace. Okay. Also rest in peace to Young Jock mom. Y'all know I don't really watch Love and Hip Hop anymore, but I did see on social media, like it was either earlier this year or it was like last season, his mom told him how I believe she had cancer. She was diagnosed with cancer. And that played out on the show of them finding out that she had cancer. So knowing, so he announced how she passed away. Look, I don't handle parent death well. It triggers me for my dad because it's so, it's horrible anywhere to go. And so we're gonna, send some healing energies and love and light and positivity and condolences to Jock and to everybody around here. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And it's weird because when you see someone find out about their parents, diagnosis, and then you wish for the best, you hope and pray that, you know what I'm saying, they can beat it. Because, like, again, Kimmy on Love Marriage Huntsville, who was diagnosed with cancer, and she seemingly is not, is doing well. Is doing well. I'm not, sorry, damn it. Him just sent me a text and made me laugh. I was laughing at that, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. So I got focused. But again, Kimmy, who was on Love Marriage Huntsville, who was also diagnosed with cancer, but she's doing better. So it's, a catch-22. Sometimes folks get better and sometimes they do not. So again, condolences to Jock on the loss of his mom. Again, that shit is traumatic as hell. First, I want y'all to take 1 second and like the video. Okay, like the video. Because liking is the thing to do. Okay. Let's get into some celebrity stuff. Okay. Let's go to 4. 4, who was on the Black Ink Crew, Chicago. Y'all know 4 been around here My mama ain't popped on my live, has she? What you doing? I know this is a weird time to go, but I'm part of my mama because it's my mama and I can. And she know my live.
Hey,
what you doing?
Looking for a hotel for one of my trips. What are you doing?
I'm on live and I said, my mama ain't popped on live. I'm a FaceTime because I can.
I know. I've been doing some travel stuff, looking at flights.
Say hi to people.
Hey, JayBirds, happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody has also liked the video. I'll pop in now.
You don't have to now. I was the young jock loving hip hop. Like mama died. And I'm like, oh. And then Robert's in the text and made me laugh. I'm like, damn, I'm laughing. Talk about somebody died. I'm like, laughing.
Why are you laughing?
He sent Robert's. Somebody sent me a text. Somebody sent me a text, and
shame on him.
Yeah, and I laughed when I saw the text, and then I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie, so I called you. So they said, hi, Mama Lee.
Hey, JayBirds and the other guests and everything. Hopefully y'all are doing well today.
Okay.
I was booking a hotel for a couple trips and then booked another trip for me and DJ and that kind of stuff. What are you doing?
I'm gonna open up my water bottle and hold it on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I couldn't twist it off the right way.
All right. You didn't call me after. Oh, I was telling you.
I know. I walked in the house and I had to. He just sent me because he just sent me things I busted his identity.
Well,
I didn't mean to.
Thankfully, it wasn't his real name. So.
Well, yeah. So luckily, I didn't say the real of anything. But again, they know, and nobody probably wasn't listening. Anyway, that's all I wanted. Finish planning your trips, and I'll talk to you. Well, I got home at too late to call, and I had to jump on live. So.
All right. Well, I'll pop in and see what you're talking about. What we talking about?
Gossipy stuff. It's too much tonight.
Gossipy. Monday night gossip chat. All right. Hopefully they're enjoying it, and hopefully they have liked the video, and hopefully YouTube ain't playing
It got flagged. We shall see if it stay flagged or not.
All right. See you online in a minute.
All right, peace out. Love you. See, this is why I need to focus because I'm having a conversation. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Oh, damn it. See, this is why I have to focus because when I don't focus, I say stuff I ain't supposed to say. But let's get back to 4. Let's get back to 4. So, we know we had discussed 4 before, okay? Because 4, we doing the fans of the only, okay? 4, we doing the fans of the only. And I don't have an issue with 4 doing the fans of the only because I feel like he's a grown man. I believe he's single. He's making money from it. And, it is what it is. However, he posted a picture of himself that I'm not going to show, but he posted a picture of himself and he was like in a dog cage. And y'all know 4 has this weird obsession with, I guess, being a dog. I'm not sure at all. And I feel like if you know what he posts, this stuff is page. However, when he showed the photo of him in a cage saying he was like a bad boy, so he got put in timeout or whatever, we seen Van reposted it like, oh, should I do the same thing or whatever? So 4 got upset. Okay, 4 like, leave me alone.
I don't bother nobody. It's anybody who knows me know that 4 don't bother nobody. I've been a chill, laid back nigga most of my life. Most of this whole TV shit, all this shit. I've been chilling. Now that I'm just at a place with myself where I'm happy and I got my mind right and I'm doing what I want to do outside of tattooing and music and TV shows, nigga, I'm just doing me. I'm living my life, nigga. You should live yours too. Just leave me alone. Anybody who I grew up with, anybody I've been on TV with, who I call my bro or sis or an ex or baby mama, anybody that, just leave me alone because I'm not bothering nobody. Y'all are bothering me by attaching yourself to my name about something in the past. If it was me on the other end and I'm getting everybody calling me about X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna be like, shit, it don't concern me. They don't matter. I'm not gonna go troll and be under every blog comments. That's just not how I move because it don't matter. I'm asking y'all one favor. Just leave me the fuck alone. That's it. That's all. That's it. I ain't bothering you, nigga. Leave me alone. I'm gonna say this one time only.
Now, the baby mama.
I don't talk shit about my child, so I don't talk.
I can't because he on the picture. Basically, the baby mama was saying she's embarrassed. You know, she had to deal with it firsthand. That's what she had to go through. I feel like she had to know what kind of person he was and what he was into. But I think once he became like out with it, that's she's like, I don't know about that. But between the baby mama speaking out, we also had Van spoke out.
About 4. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
You should have. Then because Van spoke out about 4, he also spoke out about Ryan.
On that post, you know what I'm saying? And I read these comments. And I want to say another thing. I'm talking about your boy, you know, Ryan Henry. Seen him on there and I seen what the fuck he said about me. It's like, bro, you don't even fucking like me, dude. And you probably never did. You know what I mean? And it's okay. You know, just be honest with yourself and just be honest with me. Because when I seen, you know, Ryan at motherfucking Don party, it was all good. It was all love. But
I don't know why they all fighting. I don't know why 4 got his ass in the dog cage. I don't know why the ex-baby mama is talking stuff. It's a whole lot of. And I feel like 4 is looking for attention. However, he's looking for attention for what he's doing to make money. I think 4 is getting paid on OnlyFans to get naked and do things with people or whatever. That's like his job now. That's what he's doing. I feel like anybody who's commenting who know 4, like friends, their mamas, I feel like that's for attention. Anybody who puts something on social media, folks is going to comment about it, but I feel like I just wouldn't want to see it. Like, don't call me about 4, because 4 has already. What if the baby mama didn't come out when 4 was putting butt plugs in places? Okay, if the shoe was coming out at that point in time, him being in a dog cage is nothing. And going back to season 1 of the show from Chicago, the Black King from Chicago, 4 always seems different to me. 4 was the dude who had like green hair. 4 was just different. I could not put my finger on it, and I can. He was different. And now I feel like he's literally living out his sexual fantasies on his fans of Only, and on Twitter too, because on his Twitter be off the rip. I don't understand why anyone is commenting about it who know him. Because, I mean, like, who cares? But Van is the one, to me, who's looking like he wants attention. Because for what? You're not gonna do what 4 doing, so why you talk about it? And I'm like, even to bring up Ryan, y'all ain't that cool. What's up? So I don't know if the season comes back around and they want some clout for the season. I don't know. No idea. But I just feel like if 4 wants to be a dog in the dog cage on any given Tuesday while he's naked, I feel like, you know, that's on him. I would not address my baby daddy and his dog-like antics at all, because we already felt like when they got together, she wanted him because he was 4 from the show. They weren't really a couple that long. They kind of was just fucking around. She got pregnant. And now that's who you attached to. I would say fuck it. I don't want to see it. Leave me alone. But you can't tell me that the baby mama did not know 4 into some freaky things. He's into the freaky things, okay? Just leave him be. Let him be freaky deaky in the dog cave by himself. I would not even remind people that he's my baby daddy. Nobody would know. Because let's be honest, if we see the baby mama, no one gonna say, ain't that for baby mama? We don't know at all. Now, speaking of foolishness, Tyrese, I guess he has a new song. I did not know Tyrese had a new song out, but he do. And he wants it to be number 1. Listen.
Here, trying to get the number 1 from social media and using my iPhone and calling in whatever favors I can, getting the fans motivated, trying to get y'all to stream the song. But I'm feeling discouraged. This divorce has killed my spirit.
Tyrese has been going through divorce for a while. However, Tyrese is literally in a whole relationship with a whole new woman and has been for like a couple of years now. I don't understand why you're saying the divorce is like killing your spirit. Ain't you with a woman? I feel like let that go. I could not be with a man who's still like mourning the end of his marriage, where he's on social media crying about a song, you know what I'm saying, because he's heartbroken.
I can deal with heartbreak. I could deal with a divorce. I didn't want it. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't.
At that moment, me and him would break up. If I was his girlfriend, at that moment, we got to break up.
Didn't see it coming. But I can deal with a divorce. I'm a big boy, you know. But it hurts. And I really just thought, if I can be number 1, I really feel like it'll be all worth it that I went through this unexpected divorce.
Sir, I feel like every person wants to be number 1 in their thing. I want to be the number 1 YouTuber, but I put in the work to put out content. I feel like I just want to be number 1. You know, I was like, it was all worth it. I feel like your divorce, your music don't have nothing to do with each other. You may not have expected to have to go through divorce. I get it. I understand it. But you and that lady have been not together for a while. Brian. Shout out to Stewie. Okay? So why are you equating the divorce to a song? What's the name of the song?
So whatever DJs you know, whatever on-air personalities you know, whatever music directors you know.
You should know more. You are Tyrese. You should know more than we do. Not only are you Tyrese, you know other people in the industry.
Program directors, you know, whatever hotlines and phone calls you could make into radio stations. If we just go crazy for the next 48 hours, we can get to number 1. And I'd be very happy. It would mean a lot to me to be number 1.
First of all, I don't like the fact that he really sounds sad. That makes me upset. It upsets me and my homegirls, okay? However, I feel like, why are you not just promoting the song? Why are you sitting around here complaining about a divorce and then saying, can y'all please stream my song? I am so sad about my divorce, even though I got a girlfriend, and I be on my social media praising my girlfriend. I am sad because I've been going through a divorce for like 2-3 years around here. But I'm sad, and I just really need y'all to, you know, stream my song. Sir, stop. Cut it out. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Because you should really be trying to promote the song. Do a live about the song. Now I want to show y'all this man riding around. This is from a day ago. Let's see if it's music playing.
Princess Naija, right? And who else?
Because again, he has a girlfriend. I can't fast forward. But as he say, no, I got the baddest bitch in real life. Now, that's a girlfriend that's sitting next to him. So again, how you complaining about a song and being sad because your song ain't number one because you're going to divorce? You riding around here in a Rolls Royce with a girlfriend.
Let's exit. Yeah. We out here, man.
Sir, how you sad? Let me know. Tell me. You right here on your live talking about you just need somebody to stream your song because you were so sad because of the divorce and I didn't want the divorce. But sir, you have a girlfriend. You have a girlfriend. A whole girlfriend. And also this is from a week ago. The gift that keeps giving, year 3. Meaning he's been with the girl for 3 years. Tyrese, get out of my fucking face. Get out of my face, Tyrese. So if y'all care, stream Tyrese's song that he still ain't told us the name of the song and what happened with it, but he wants us to know that we should stream it. K. Michelle. Now, K. Michelle, I'm trying to be nice. K. Michelle is very talented, an amazing voice. You know what I'm saying? But K. Michelle sometimes get on my nerve because I be like, "What you mad for now, K. Michelle? What's going on now, K. Michelle? K. Michelle, can you please just entertain us? We love you. We want to be happy or whatever." But can you please just entertain us and leave it be? So Darius cooks. Who look? My mama used to love his cooking shows. Because my mama liked to cook. So she would watch his cooking stuff or whatever. I think she's also been to one or two of his, we would have little dinners or whatever. Because he came here. She went to one or two of them. And so I know of him. I know some folks say he's a criminal. He do things and he be getting caught in shady ways or whatever. So I don't keep up with that man. What I do know is he went and was talking. Okay. He went to Cupcake Tweets somewhere that's in, I think, is it in Houston? I think it's in Houston. I'm not sure. And he was critiquing, giving his opinion. Look, my mama, I'm going to say this now, I'm going to leave my mama alone. After my dad passed away, I was so concerned about my mama because I'm like, oh my God, my mama's going to be lonely. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And, you know, after a while of the grieving process or whatever, my mom now, man, look, living life. It took some time for her to, you know, get out her, you know what I'm saying, because grief was hard. And I ain't saying, you know, grief ain't so hard now. But my mama, I love the fact that my mama is like, I'm going to live the life I have. This is the way I live. And she done been, just in July, she turned 60. She went on a cruise. She went back and forth to New York. She's been places, okay? And as she told y'all, she rounded at home right now, planning more trips. And she do. But Darius was somewhere and he was tasting the food and he was saying how he ain't like it. It's some little cake stuff. He gave his opinion.
The frosting just separated, like literally, the frosting literally separated from the top.
He ain't like
That's
it.
tough because the strawberry cupcake itself is dead.
Yeah. Oh, I'm like, where is the F? Okay, now that I'm in the car, you ain't gotta come here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have to come. I hate to be like this, man. God, dog, I hate to be like this. You ain't got to come here. The food is not that good, okay? The cocktail.
Do y'all feel like if a person don't like something, if they go to the restaurant and be like, I don't like that, it's nasty, you don't have to go there, don't eat there, because he do be cooking stuff. He had a couple of restaurants that did not last when they fed or whatever. But I feel like I was confused, like, why is folks upset that somebody who cooks food and has a background in food and has fans still, even everybody, but he has fans, and some people want to hear their opinion on how things is, and then when they say, I don't like it, it was nasty to me, I would say don't go there. The food ain't that good, okay? I don't think there's anything wrong with that if that is that person's opinion. K. Michelle came out is that there's crooks, shut your BA up. Bread tastes like rocks. Digging your nose, cooking with acrylic hair on your chest. I said what I said. You are in no position to be a food critic with Kool-Aid in bins. I saw, I said, tearing black bitches down is pathetic. It's like putting Hennessy in everything. You're not about to walk in my city and tear black women and tear the black women own businesses down because you learned about fennel. We cook in Memphis, Memphis, Tennessee. We cook in Memphis, and you're gonna take that shit somewhere else. Done talking, sassy BIT. Now I feel like I just be wondering. Because I feel like people have different taste buds. People sometimes just feel different ways. Now, if he's going state to state, city to city, and he's just dogging places out, and he's trying to dog, for the most part, black women-owned restaurants, that's something. That's like, okay, that's what you're doing. But if he's literally going places telling people how he think about the food, I'm like, I didn't understand why she got upset. I did not. Now the reads were funny, but I was like, well, why is she mad though? I'm like, does she own the restaurant? I was confused. I was like, and how you get a critic chest hair? I was just like, what's going on? I have been to restaurants owned by whoever, and if I don't like the food, I don't feel like I have to not say that just because it's a black-owned business. I'll say the white-owned place, or the Asian-owned place, or the whatever place. Food, I don't like it. So I was like, why is K. Michelle so upset? Why is she mad? Like, what did he do to her? I'm not big on sweets at all, so I don't be caring or whatever, but I feel like we have to stop being upset if people are going to restaurants and saying, hey, I tried the food, I don't like it. This is what because as he was talking, he was saying what he did not like. He like the frosting is this, this is that part's good, but this, you know what I'm saying? He was critiquing the stuff as he tasted it. I'm like, ain't that what folk do? Keith Lee got millions of followers because he go to restaurants and taste the food. Now, some stuff he give it I'm gonna rate from 1 to 10. He's giving food 3s. That's 2. You know what I'm saying? Even Keith Lee, who's from Detroit, okay, he rate food as well. He may not say don't go there, but he will say, I don't like this. I didn't like that. I prefer this. I prefer that. And I'm like, girl, I need K Michelle to stop. Just stop. Okay. Hopefully he go to somebody else's place that's black owned. He loved it. He didn't like that. Did y'all see that fight between Tim Anderson and that man at the game? And Tim got knocked out. Now Tim Anderson is the same baseball player who was like cheating on his wife or whatever. It was a whole scandal. But at the end of the day, a game happened. The ball was tossed or whatever. The two players got into a little fight. And Tim, who's in the gray, got knocked out by the dude in the red. I can't show it because YouTube is funny. However, the fall, it was, did I post it? It was on social media. However, Tim has been suspended for 6 games, and Jose Ramirez is suspended for 3. I'm like, and it's probably, wait, because when I saw it, I think because Tim threw his gloves off first to boss up whatever. And I think he might even swung first. And all the swings he took, he missed. He missed them. For sure. Okay. And then Tim got hit one time and Tim was down like Frazier. Down goes Frazier. I'm playing. But he got knocked out. He got back up, but he got knocked down. Okay. Look, you embarrass your wife all up and through social media. That's on you. That's called karma. Okay. Next up, Wayne Brady comes out as pansexual. When I saw this on social media, I think I saw it on Twitter first. Everyone kept on saying, okay, I feel like people were saying how they weren't surprised. I'm not going to say that I always felt like Wayne, might have played for all the teams. And I'm not going to say like I'm surprised about it. I'm also not shocked about it. I feel like, pansexual means you're attracted to people in general. It's not about gender or sex. You're fluid. Now he did say that he has not like acted, upon his feelings, but which probably means he may not have had sex with a whole bunch of whatever. But he's like, I'm pansexual. I love all people equally, including myself. Congrats, confetti. And okay. It was like, it wasn't. I feel like people who live in any kind of closet or bubble or behind the wall of something that they do not want or do not feel like they want to share with people. I feel like we all be like, okay, that's great. They now feel comfortable enough to come from behind whatever wall they were in. But I was like, oh, okay. So congrats to that man. I'm trying to rush. We can get to Bishop Rob before it gets too late. Let's get Neyo.
What's going on, loved ones?
Neyo, I'm gonna share the video because Neyo was on some podcast he was on, and they asked him a question about people or children, younger people, being out here and knowing that they're different at whatever age. And when I heard what he said, when I heard what Neyo said, I wasn't offended. But let me tell you why. I feel like he was saying he does not understand why parents allow their children to make drastic life changes at young ages. I didn't see an issue with that. But I took that as him saying that in response to parents who are allowing their children to physically change things at a young age. I do feel like anybody 18 or younger should not be able to physically do anything to their body that alters it. However, they should be able to live in whatever truth they are in until they're 18, and then allow them to do what they want to do, because at that point they're an adult. They're an adult. So the only part I took from what he was saying, I felt like he was, because the lady, I'm not going to play the thing because I don't want to get flagged. I felt like he was just saying, you know, kids should not make adult decisions. And then the lady said, yeah, like they should not be able to physically change so young. And I'm like, a lot of parents who allow their children to be trans, it's not about them physically altering their body. I don't think any of these parents are physically like, okay, yeah, go get that cut off, go get that added. I don't think that's what it is. So I can fully understand someone saying, I'm a parent to my own kids, and in my household, I would not want my 12-year-old to transition at 12 and start taking hormones and start taking things to medically change their body when they are so young. I agree with that. So that was the gist of what he was saying on the little podcast thing. But I still feel like the girl who was talking to him, she implied parents physically allowing their children to change as children. I feel like she was pushing that narrative, not Neyo. And so after he said, you know, what he gonna reiterate it here, I agree with him also that we had to stop feeling like our opinion on how we live our life is against or wrong because somebody else's opinion and how they live their life doesn't sit well with us. But let me play with it, and I slowed it down so y'all can fully hear what he was saying. It's like 2 minutes.
What's going on, loved ones? This is Neyo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls.
Yes, 7 children. And let me reiterate, we know Neyo ain't shit as a husband and a boyfriend. We know that for a fact. We don't like Neyo in that respect. But him as a father and just saying how he felt as a father, I'm gonna let that man speak his opinion.
Okay, that's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question. Okay? I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neyo no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right? I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So, with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important, they're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine. Alright? Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Neyo. Peace and love.
Now, say what you want about Neyo. I agree with his stance on this is my opinion, and my opinion is not you shouldn't do it. It's wrong for you to do it. His opinion was only in my household how I feel about my kids. I would not want to allow my child to make a decision at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old that is detrimental to their future, because what if they change their mind? Again, and I mean that in the aspect of they should not physically, even in my opinion, I think parents should allow their children to acknowledge and be trans, cool. But I agree that the kid should not go with any medical physical changes like hair, cool, whatever, hair, fine. But I mean, like, I don't understand any medication being taken like testosterone or estrogen. I don't think the kid should do that. But in the same vein, I feel like I hope he don't mean if a child come and say I'm trans, if a child come and say I think I'm other, if a child come and say I'm non-binary, that you would say no, you're gonna be a boy or you're gonna be a girl. That I don't agree with. I don't think you should force them to not, be who they are. But you can, as their parents, say that's fine. But you would not be physically changing your body while you are underage. What you do at 18 or 21 is on you. But while you're in this household, you are a child. No. If you are my son and you feel that you're a trans woman or whatever, and you want to dress differently, cool, whatever. But you're not. So I agree with that part of it. You know what I'm saying? And again, like you said, it's my opinion. I ain't saying what you can do, what you shouldn't do. It ain't even about you. And the same way trans parents with trans children don't want folk telling them how to raise their children. Neyo feel like y'all can't tell me how to raise my kids. And let's not forget, Neyo has 3 baby mamas. The kids all live with the baby mamas. Well, he has 2 baby mamas and 1 ex-wife. Well, he has 1 ex-fiance, 1 ex-wife, and 1 baby mama. Okay? To me, they probably have final say anyway. But I don't have an issue with him standing firm in I have my opinion. Y'all can't bully me into thinking that my opinion don't matter. But y'all got one. Leave me be, bitch. Okay, anyway, Beyonce. Y'all, Beyonce had a concert last night in DC, and it was stormy when she was here and in Chicago. Because for sure here for Beyonce, her concert, it was stormy. It was pouring down rain here. But in DC, it was also a storm, okay, which delayed her concert. Now, Beyonce, they made a choice to pay $100,000 to extend the metro train there to operate outside of regular hours because the rain delayed the concert, which delayed people being there. And people, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate someone saying, hey, the show will go on, and I need my folk to be able to get home. Now, they had showed photos and stuff of people packed at the concert, and folk were, oh my God, what's that? All it was because of this, it was a shelter in place alert. So people who was inside the concert had a shelter inside the concert, and and whatever. But if you were outside, you were told to go sit in your car. Now, if you ain't had no car, you Ubered, you're gonna get wet. Okay. But she still performed in the rain. They paid $100K so the folks could still get home after the fact. Beyonce is right. Look, she doing it. Okay. But the photos y'all saw was because it was lightning, it was thundering, it was pouring down raining. So they had to wait for the weather to get a little bit better. It was a shelter in place. So again, the reason you saw so many people packed in the venues because they could not be in a stadium. They had to move them into like an enclosed place because of all the weather. And the people who were not inside the building yet had to shelter in place in their car. So kudos to Beyonce for being around here doing it. Because again, I don't like concerts because I get really bad headaches with loud music. I just don't go to concerts often. I don't enjoy it. But even I know that Beyonce in this tour has been like record breaking. Everyone has not, even though I feel like Beyonce, if the tickets say the show started at 8, you should not be coming on at 9:30. If the tickets say the show starts at 8, you should be on stage by 8:15. Every show I've seen, like even here in Detroit, my mom was doing. Well, a lot of people here. They said the show was supposed to start at 7, it then changed to 8, and she didn't get on stage like 9:30. And I've heard other folks say that too, that there's no opening act because she's opening act. But I'm like, if the show say it start at 8, folks should be there early. I get maybe coming on at 8:30, but I would be pissed. And I love Beyonce. But if I was told a concert gonna start at 8 and it don't start to 9:30, and if I'm in the section where there's no seats in the stand, there were only, bitch, my feet hurt. My feet hurt, okay? But again, I know when Ashley went in Chicago, she said Beyonce came on late. When she was here, both nights she came on late. This meaning the show started at 8, she came on around 9:30. And the rain, I've heard that for other cities too, not just here. I think she just be like, I'll get there when I get there. Anyway, but kudos to Beyonce for doing that. Let's get on to Cynthia and them. Okay, so I think is that it? Let me see. What have we discussed? Okay, we've done Wayne Brady, we've done K Michelle, we've done Neyo, we're gonna do Cynthia and Nene, and then Meg and Tory, and then Bitch Robbery is next. Okay, boom. So yeah, we'll be about 2. Okay, makes sense. Cynthia and Nene. Now, I feel like that y'all all watched the Speak on It that had Nene, that had Cynthia and Candy. It was real cute. Look, I have not watched the episode of Housewives. I've seen a couple clips here and there. I like seeing Cynthia pop back up. I like Cynthia as a friend of. I think it's cute. They discussed Nene's interview with Carlos King on Speak on It. Now, mainly about Nene saying that Cynthia was trying to had the power to was trying to get her fired and this and that. I love Cynthia's clapback because Cynthia wasn't messy. Cynthia just directly responded to what Nene said. I was seeing folks in the comment section, oh my God, Cynthia and Candy can't keep Nene out of her mouth. No, people are responding to what the fuck Nene said, what Nene did. Okay? And her saying, well, First of all, I didn't have the power to keep me on the show. You know what I'm saying? If I was gonna do that, it would be about me. But then also commenting saying, you know, Nene keeps saying that, you know, she built the housewives of this, and she's a fucking house builder. Okay, Cynthia said, build another one. Because anybody that can build one house can build two. And while folks, oh, that was her being shady. And Nene's blackballed. Before Nene was blackballed, before Nene was on her ass out at Bravo, Nene had ample opportunity. Nene had all the time in the world. All the time in the world to build her own brand. And I commented on my Twitter and I said, y'all are upset. Y'all mad at Cynthia for saying Nene should build a house, as if Nene has not been saying she's the RHOA house builder the past 15 years. The fact is, Nene has not been able to build and sustain anything that she owns on her own. I said what I said because it's true. People want to have, oh, Nene's blackball. Oh, they want to work. Before Nene sued Bravo, she herself has said how I had all the president's numbers. I had all the connections. I had all this. I had the direct phone number to the CEO, the president, the vice president of the network. And in all the time that she had all that power, Nene has never built anything on her own and sustained it. More hair care is still sustaining itself. Candy and all her shit stuff is still sustaining itself. Hell, even She by Sheree, which ain't a real brand, has been sustaining itself. It don't make Sheree no money, but it's her brand that has stood the test of time. Everything Nene has is fly by the pants real quick. That store she had a couple years, it was gone. The lounge she had a couple years, it was gone. She has not built anything up and been able to sustain it on her own. And my point in saying that is not to dog Nene. It's not to demean Nene. My point always is she has had the most. She was on season 1. She was on season 1 and completely talks about how she built Watch What Happens Live, how she was always on that show, how she cashed in Trump checks, how she's a rich bitch. Okay, she's always boasted about her status as the most famous housewife, but she can't get a job. And the reason is because she's never built shit on her own. So Cynthia's saying, okay, she keeps talking to us about how she built housewives. Okay, if you can't get back on the show you built, build another one. Because you're saying out your own mouth that you are the goddamn house builder. Build your own house, Nene. How is that shade? If you can build a house for Andy's white self, okay, and for Bravo's people, if you can build that for them, why can't you build for your own? People say, oh, her interviews are, do numbers. Okay, cool. I also said, okay, I need all the Nene fans to write letters to all the networks and say, hey, we need y'all to immediately hire her for a show. If Nene brings in all these ratings and all these numbers, and that's what it is, cool. Y'all write the networks and say, hey, networks, we need y'all to hire Nene immediately. Why? Because she's great. She's a house, but y'all don't do that. Y'all, Nene fans is too freaking busy fussing and arguing with us, with random people who are on social media who may not feel like we need to be. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all fussing with us? For what? For what? What's the point? Your time should be spent trying to get Nene a job. Nene not on Bravo. Nene not on WeTV. She not on BT. I take that back. She had when Cynthia said, you know, if she can't be on TV, and Candy said, well, no, she was on that one show. And Cynthia was like, what show? And Candy said, oh, she was on, you know, that beach show, the College Hill. And Cynthia said, oh, well, I'm sure since she was on it, it was a success. And it wasn't. That's the gotcha. Season 1 of the first season of BET's College Hill Celebrity Edition, nobody really talked about that show. I didn't even watch it. I don't remember anybody reviewing the show. And that also was what? An ensemble cast. So Nene's fans and stands are always around here fussing and cussing at us. Yeah, Nene is blackballed. She can't do this and she can't do that. Y'all are, Candy's a hater. Cynthia's a hater. Y'all some haters. I'm not hating at all. At all. Me saying she should get her own, to have her own, is me telling her what she needs to do. She won't listen. She won't listen to me, to that white lady, to that. Nene wants someone to pay her to do a job. She don't want to do it herself. So I feel like Cynthia gave Nene all her props. Cynthia was like, you know, she was on season 1. She was that. She was that. You know, I was her friend. I was her friend for so many seasons. I didn't have to worry about one, you know, being against her or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia and Nene were good Judies and good friends until Nene felt differently. Nowadays, she can't get the fact that Carlos King was on Dish Nation. I know this week fucking Nene was gonna be on Dish Nation. Ain't nobody calling Nene to do nothing. Why? Because Nene is a liability. Producers, networks, cast and crew, whoever, they do want someone who can bring them ratings, who can bring them views, who can force folks to come watch their shit. But Nene is also a liability. And if more of her fans took more time to contact the network, if they tweet every day, if they tweet at every network every day to see all the support that Nene has, I'm sure someone will give her a job. Zeus, OWN, BT, HGTV, E-News, somebody. But trying to fuss with the people in the comments ain't gonna help. So I feel like Cynthia said the right thing, and she meant what she said, and she should have said. She said what she said like she should have. She said what she said like she should have. And anyone who feels like, oh, well, Cynthia's a hater, she's booked though. I said what I said. That's what I said. Because Nene needs a job today. I told y'all she around here doing Carlos King show, got him more views than her own damn stuff. Just saying. I want Nene to win. I want Nene to win. In order for Nene to win, Nene needs to get her ass up off her couch and go do something. let's get into the last two things, which is the Meg and Tory stuff, and then also Bishop robbery. Meg and Tory. Now, today was supposed to, first, take about 20 seconds and like the video. Okay, it was 40 seconds. Whatever. Anyway, like the video. Okay. Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. Today was supposed to be Tory Lanez's sentencing. This happened in 2019. This happened before the pandemic. It is 2023. It's damn near 2024. Hey, Nene, that's my cousin. Hey, cousin, how you doing? I love you. Yeah. Okay. My family, y'all. But this happened in 2019. It happened before the pandemic. It is 2023. He's been found guilty. The sentencing kept getting pushed back, but today was the day in court. Okay. And I was sitting all day, refresh. I'm like, where's the sentence? Like, Megan the reporter, where is the sentencing? They was in court all day, and he's still not sentenced. It's been pushed to tomorrow. They was in court all day because it was, he had 76 like letters that people wrote in on his behalf. We're gonna get into it. I have never seen someone's sentencing take so long. Never. He is wasting everybody's time. He is prolonging this stuff forever and ever and ever. Now, Megan the reporter, right, all day. Daystar was up in there all damn day. The judge they had to read some of the letters. She said it was 7. Y'all know Megan the reporter is a reporter who y'all watch who's covering or whatever. She's an actual court reporting journalist. Okay. So I was following her stuff. I'm gonna show you what she's saying. But she was like, it was 7 people who spoke in the court. It was 76 letters written from different people, on his behalf. Just pissed me off. Okay. Now, here's some of the stuff that Megan the reporter, I call her Megan the reporter. Megan the reporter tweeted about during the day, because in the court you can't take your phone, you can't record, you have to write notes, and you can only talk about it later. So this is the stuff that she was writing after whatever. An important judge, Hereford, said he believed Lane's actions after the pow. I'm leaving out certain words. Read it for yourself. Okay. Lane's actions after the pow, the social media posts, the messing with Meg, are major aggravating factors in the sentence. He says he won't consider lack of remorse, but he's going to consider the post pow actions. Meaning, I can't deliberately say I'm going to base my judgment off of the lack of remorse that Tory Lanez showed, but I'm going to have to consider his actions after it happened. So it's kind of this and kind of that. Okay. Also, other stuff that was said about the court dates. Lanez has family and supporters in courts, but unlike a trial, his 6-year-old son is not one of them. Lanez had him in the courtroom when Megan testified. Used in the was a pawn. But I haven't seen him today. The boy did handwrite a letter to the judge, and the judge referenced a handwritten note from the 6-year-old. I think Tory Lanez is using the little boy, even if it's a son. Okay. Also, she said, okay, on a 90-minute break, the judge got 70 letters of support for Lanez, including one from Iggy Azalea. He briefly summarized each one. 2 jailers wrote letters, 1 spoke in court. Lanez's father, Sunstar Peterson, was the last speaker before the break. Sunstar tearfully apologized to the judge for his huge outburst in the courtroom after the verdict. Y'all know when the verdict happened back in, was it back in April? It was back in earlier in the summer, okay? Or the spring. This is a travesty. I blame Rock Nation and Jay-Z. All that. So the daddy said, I'm so sorry that I was acting a plumb fool after you said my son was guilty. I'm so sorry for my outburst, okay? I was emotional. You know, I did not mean to disrespect you, Judge. I didn't mean it. I didn't. It says, before all of this, the judge decided the aggravating factors, yes, the use of a pow and Meg as a vulnerable victim. Okay? That damn daddy. I blame Rock Nation, Jay-Z. Oh, shut up, daddy. A jail chaplain, meaning a pastor in jail, spoke about Lanez starting a daily prayer in the protective custody unit that has lessened the tension between inmates. He said of the 15,000 inmates he's come in contact with, Lanez stands out. He said the daily moment of prayer is really powerful. The fact that Tory had ample time, opportunity, and reasons to shut up and be protective, okay, and lessen the tension between him and Meg or whatever. But no, the whole time he was out. Before he got arrested, before he was found guilty, Tory Lanez did everything to aggravate that lady. Everything. So I don't get not 2 goddangs about a jail chaplain saying out of the 15,000 inmates, Tory Lanez stands out. Who paid you? Who paid you? The fact that he is showing, the reason he's doing that is because he wants some clout. He wants some feel good action from the people in jail to make it seem like he's a good person. No, you in there and you being nice because you don't want people beating you up. You don't want the people in there who don't like the fact that you was found guilty of powering somebody in their feet. We don't want them to beat you up. But he had every chance to try to not be in no BS after the power happened, and he refused that. So I don't care what he's doing in the prison. I don't care. Leave him in there. Let him be the new chaplain. Okay. It says I haven't seen because the letters were read out loud. Megan, the reporter, said she's gonna try to get copies of the letters. See what they said. They have to wait to get that stuff. I haven't seen the letters yet, but most interesting to me was the judge said a jailer wrote a letter. A jailer. I feel like that means somebody in jail. A jailer wrote a letter that says Lanez is remorseful and has talked in detail about the event and what he could have done to prevent it. It's the closest we've ever come to Lanez saying he did it. The jailer didn't talk in court, but the chaplain did. I should be able to get the letters, but maybe not today. Judge said Iggy's letter asked him to impose a sentence that is transformational, not life-destroying. But you've been trying to destroy Meg's life mentally for at least 2 years now. Get out of my face. Iggy, girl, shut up. And I mean that disrespectfully. You hear me? Now, again, Judge did not finish today. We'll come back tomorrow, 10:30. A few more things to talk about, an argument, you know what I'm saying, this and that, whatever. And the judge should sentence him tomorrow. Megan did not speak in person, but she submitted a statement that the DA read aloud. Okay. I commend Meg for that. Now, even though Megan wrote what Meg said in like three posts, I made it to one. She said, Meg said she struggled. And again, this is her paraphrasing, the whole Meg letter. Okay. Meg said she struggled with whether to attend in person, and her absence should be seen as her preserving her mental well-being. She said, since Tory shot her, I have not experienced a single day of peace. And she has not. He lies to anyone that will listen, Meg said of Langs. Megan said, mercy is for people who show remorse, and Langs has shown none. She thanked the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for the support, and she wants the sentence to be a message for every woman of violence. And I said in my post on IG, I said, me personally, as a survivor of domestic abuse, I told y'all know when I was in my 20s, my ex-boyfriend attacked me with a steel baseball bat. Okay, my knees to this day ain't the same. You hear me? So and the other thing too, but as a survivor of somebody who did something that physically hurt me, and I had to face him in jail, I also had to write a victim statement. My mom also wrote a victim statement. I applaud her for standing up for herself and not allowing him to keep silencing her for what he put her through. And so, Meg has went through so much scrutiny because of what Tory did, and it's some bullshit. So tomorrow, hopefully he'll be sentenced, and we can rejoice in his ass going to jail. Lastly, Bishop robbery and is it Brad girl? What's his man's name? I swear to you, I keep forgetting this man's name. I think it's Brandon Belmonte. Yes, Brandon Belmonte. Okay. Brandon Belmonte is the person that Bishop Robbery kept saying was setting him up. Kept saying, that's the guy who set me up to be this and to be that. Now, Brandon has since been arrested. Brandon Belmonte, was arrested for a luxury car rental scam. I'm reading from the New York Post. Some will pop off screens so I can fully focus and read, and I don't look crazy. A city businessman accused by flashy Brooklyn pastor Bishop robbery. I said Pastor Bishop. He was arrested. Now, Brandon Belmonte, 39 years old, was busted for allegedly using two straw buyers to get financing for his luxury car fleet, hiding that they'd really be used as rentals for his business. VIP cars in Astoria and the Bronx. And it was a federal indictment. Okay. It says he was also accused of hiding from insurance companies that the vehicles would be rented out. Now, he was in court on Friday with his lawyers. He pleaded not guilty. But per the papers of the federal indictment, okay, it says the straw buyers, one whom worked at VIP, the car place, it says allegedly provided lenders with fake earning statements and phony bank account records to make it look like they were financially stronger than they really were. The trio knew the lenders would not finance the sales of the sale or lease of luxury vehicles if they knew the true intended purposes. I was like, How does somebody not know that the cars are really being used as rentals? It's weird. I was confused. It says Belmonte heard from insurance company that the cars will be used as rentals so you can get coverage. He later lied when submitting claims for accidents. Now y'all know that Bishop had that man fix his wife's car and I think a sister-in-law's car supposedly after an accident. It says in one example of a scam from April 2020 to May 2020, Belmonte submitted claims for three separate accidents involving VIP cars, falsely claiming the vehicles were driven by construction company employees. They were actually being rented out. Oh, and another scam in August 2021, he submitted a claim for a parking lot accident, saying he worked for Homeland Security, and he was not involved in the VIP car place. Girl, I feel this. Look, let me say this without getting. I don't want to get sued. Let me say this. Scammers be scamming. And y'all know what I mean. And we was already saying stuff. Okay? But scammers be scamming. And reading what it says, it sounds like he was having people first of all, I'm not giving my car to nobody to rent out anyway. Insurance premiums are different for rentals versus business versus personal. Lord, I'm matching Bishop Bright. We're both in the light color. Lord, I gotta go take my hoodie. Okay. Children don't have ability to weigh in the pros and cons of their wrong. Oh, that's you talking about stuff with earlier today. Scammers be scamming. And Belmonte, being arrested for basically like car scamming, insurance. That's like insurance fraud. You know what I'm saying? It says Belmonte had changed his phone number because he had been receiving threats by associates in relation for the case. So that's why somebody went to the FBI. Either way it go, somebody went to the FBI about a lot of people. Belmonte, that may let's just let's just listen to Bishop Robbery talking to one of the alleged victims.
One of the victims of Brandon Belmonte, y'all. I told you he was a con artist. I told you he set the bishop up, and nobody didn't want to believe me. I was ridiculed. Yes, I still have federal charges. However, I'm not talking about any of that. What I'm here to expose.
And that's what's crazy. This is the crazy thing. Two people who both had federal charges going at each other. Because Brandon Belmonte being arrested for felonies doesn't negate that celebration robbery. Listen, like Belmonte being arrested doesn't stop Bishop Robbie's charges.
Is the real con man. I believe that this was a racial profiling, a successful African-American preacher, and this white man set me up. And now it's time. He was arrested on Friday. And now it's time for you guys to really see who this person.
Do y'all see how Bishop Robbie was saying? The white person set this black man up. But then if a black person go to him about something too, Man, see this black on black crime. Which one is it? Can white people not do stuff, or can black? I don't know.
Person is. You guys are about to see who this person is. I have multiple victims where Brandon Belmonte allegedly has stolen millions of dollars. And I'm going to put you on with a young lady. All of these victims are going to be anonymous right now because they're very fearful. I've been in contact with them for the last 4 or 5 months. And it's multiple victims that this Brandon Belmonte. I've been getting inboxes with more victims. I've been getting, man, let me tell you something. It's been untold victims, y'all. So
untold victims. Untold. I feel like if I'm being indicted by the feds, I don't have time to look at somebody else's federal case.
I need y'all to tag, and tag. Tag, and tag.
And again, look. The reason it's the no face having white person in the middle is because there's a victim who Bishop Robbery has on the phone. We don't know who they is. So I had to put a random white person in between these two because we don't know who they is. Okay? It's federal.
Tag. All right, tag. I have one of the victims. This is a young lady that reached out to me, and she just was so distraught. Like I said, I'm going...
Distort? She was distort? Do you mean distraught?
To keep all of the victims confidential. Their names confidential for their safety, and just to make sure that they are secure. And this is the first of many that I'm going to be doing interviews with, because this Brandon Belmonte is a con man, and he was arrested by the feds, federal FBI on...
But so are you. You know, I feel like, again, the Brandon Belmonte dude is being arrested. Cool. But somebody's been arrested for they scheming, scamming. Allegedly, they've been accused of scheming, scamming. You were also arrested for allegedly scheming and scamming. Y'all both have federal charges of scheming and scamming. Y'all both also claim to be successful business people. Y'all do this ain't going.
On this past Friday, but it does not have all of the charges. And this is a young lady that I want her to go through her story so you guys can see the businessman that the media was talking about. They called him the businessman. They called him a businessman, and
they call you a bishop with your church.
Don't even realize that he's a con man, all right? So we're going to just call this person Victim 1. We're going to call him Victim 1 of Brandon Belmonte, and we're calling this series Surviving Brandon Belmonte.
First of all, it's not original. Okay, not original. That's a repurposed name. There are many people surviving things. Some would say some people have survived you.
Surviving Brandon Belmonte. He is a wicked con man. So good to have you on the Bishop Show.
Not the Bishop Show.
How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Let me turn you up. Can y'all hear her good? I want to make sure y'all hear her good. Amen. And we're gonna get this thing going. Can y'all hear her good? All right, they can hear you. So listen, go ahead, man. Tell us about your experience with Brandon Belmonte.
Well, it's kind of a long...
Now, I made her voice her regular voice. Thank you, JJ girl. He should be writing sermon for somebody. We don't know who. Now, I mean some fries, y'all. So don't judge me. Because we don't know this lady, I was like, I'm not going to distort her voice. I want folks to hear her voice as it is regularly. So her voice is playing at regular speed. Now, we don't know her name. We don't know. We don't even know if she's an actual victim, because this is just somebody he called on the phone who started talking.
Story, but basically it started because we had a car, a BMW i8 that we wanted to sell, and one of our friends was apparently doing business with a guy named Jake. He did not use his real name. He had fake paperwork, and his name was apparently Jake Belmonte. And so we drew up, sale paper contracts, and essentially he had a dealership called Empire Luxury Car Rentals, and then he ended up changing the name to VIP NYC. He's changed his page multiple times, essentially. But at the time, it was Empire. So we met him through a mutual friend.
Let me just stop you right there. So VIP, if y'all look at the indictment, that's the company that he was just indicted on. So that you guys understand. It was Empire first, as what the victim says, and now he changed it to VIP, and that's what he's been indicted on. All right, go ahead.
But again, Bishop Whitehead is also indicted.
Had to change it from Empire because we will go back to the background in a little bit, but his entire background with Empire, if you look up Empire, started with liquor stores, and he's used that name to con people for over a decade, which
I feel like, how does she know the dude been scamming for over a decade? I'm just wondering.
Found out later. But at the time, my understanding was his name was Jake Belmonte. He owned a legitimate luxury rental car business, and the deal was essentially to do the car in payments while he rented it and while he had insurance, and he gave us a deposit and paid for the car to be transferred. So we sent the car. I did not send the title, obviously, until the car was paid off. And he said, he gave us fake proof, I guess, of insurance. So the car was with him. Essentially, the car got totaled right away. It turns out he was using a third party to rent out cars, did not have insurance in the car. It was wrecked, and it was totaled completely.
Okay, so hold right there. So just so that y'all know, if you read the indictment, he was indicted for straw buyers. Okay, and this is what he did to this young lady. He bamboozled her, and this is what she's talking about. She's a very sophisticated and successful young lady. She's not.
How we know that?
No person on the side of the street.
How we know that?
Like, I don't want to get into her business, but she's very.
If you look, when somebody come accusing folks, we should know a little bit about if she's an adult. If she's a true victim of his, why would she want to remain anonymous? I'm just wondering.
Successful, and this is what he was indicted for, and that's why we know that more charges will be charged against him, and this is what he does. So go ahead, finish taking your time. Go ahead.
Of course. So another thing is he uses lawyers all the time. So, I mean, multiple lawyers. I'm not sure how some of them have stuck around with him because there's been a list of lawyers that have not been paid by this man, but he does use them to pretend to be legitimate and draw up contracts to say he's going to pay you back, but he never will. But anyway, so the car was wrecked. He would not tell us where the car was, refused to tell us where the car was. I called the police in New York, and they said it was a civil matter, even though I said at some point, even if you rent a car from Avis, if you don't bring it back, it's a stolen vehicle, and they refused to help us. So we had no idea where the car was for months. And finally, I get a notice of sale of the vehicle. They were trying to sell my car for storage fees in New York. That was the first I had heard of where the car was at that point. And in the meantime, by the way, between the point of the car having been wrecked and figuring out where the car was, he sent multiple verifications of wires, multiple tracking numbers of checks that were supposed to come through, and all of them were fake and fraudulent.
If you give someone your car and they're supposed to sell it, then you find out, the car was wrecked because he was really renting the car out to people. Why don't you not go up there? I ain't calling nobody. And ain't nobody finna keep sending me no notice or nothing. I'm on the way. I'm just wondering.
Oh, say that one more time. Say that one more time so they can hear clearly.
I said that he kept sending multiple confirmations of wires and tracking numbers of checks he was sending, but they were all fake. All of the wires were fraudulent. And of course, in the meantime, he kept buying, there was always a sob story with Brandon. This person is happening with this. My wife cheated on me and has a baby with someone else. My mom is sick. My dad is sick. And it turns out mom and dad apparently were in on the entire deal. At least dad was. I think dad has since passed on, but basically, in between all that as well, I found out his real name because we paid someone that works for him to give us his ID, because at that point we were wary about who this guy was, even though he had fake paperwork.
How did you get in contact with somebody who worked with him to give you his ID, but could not get in contact with him? Right, it all sounds shady to me. All of it, from the beginning to the end. Because it's like, why? I never understand people doing business with people who they don't really know, and then stuff, go left, and all of a sudden, oh, we didn't know nothing. I'm not sure.
So it turned out his name was Brandon Belmonte. A quick Google search immediately popped up that he has a string of fraudulent activities spanning well over a decade. So
there's like one website. If you Google his name, a lot don't come up, honestly. But there is like one website of complaints. It's like the Better Business Bureau or like Yelp, where you can see all the complaints that people have about somebody. When I Googled him, a lot didn't come up about him. Like it wasn't a slew of websites. Like if you Google Bishop robbery, you will see a lot of stories coming up about him, his issues, all the stuff he's involved in. That stuff will come up. When you Google the Belmonte dude, only recent stuff come up. Nothing old comes up. All of it is from 2023, from when him and Bishop Robbery started getting into it. So that's not really true. And that's stuff that Bishop Robbery was saying in the beginning. So it do almost feel like, in my opinion, I'm not saying it's facts. In my opinion, it do sound like this lady who refuses to be identified or seen on camera is saying things that her and Bishop Robbery have discussed. I'm not saying they made it up. I ain't saying they made a script. What I'm saying is she's saying things that he said before. But when you Google Belmonte, there's not years of stuff that comes up. It isn't. It's all new stuff from recent, and it's not even that much stuff. I'm just trying to say what it is.
So I started getting in touch with other victims, and I went to the FBI, made a report. So
how do you get in touch with other victims of somebody? Like, how do you find other victims? Unless you go on the internet and you see other random strangers who said things, you find them and y'all then commemorate together.
How long ago was that you started? Your first time you started making FBI reports on him?
2019. So I made reports. I found other people who had also made reports. So this is, like I said, this has been an ongoing fiasco. He's been doing this for well over a decade. So I finally found out who he was. I start kind of panicking, messaged the FBI.
Now, mind you, okay, she's saying that she went online in 2019 and found this stuff out. Okay, she went online in 2019, as she just said out her mouth, in 2019, and found all this information about this man who was out here scamming. So my first question is, did y'all not Google him before y'all did business together? Because if after the fact, within a couple months, and if it's been years, 10 years, wouldn't it have been out there before? How did you find him in the first place? Not only that, if there's all this stuff on social media, on Google, about, him and all these complaints and all these people he scams, why did Bishop Robbery not only send the sister or the sister-in-law to get her car fixed through him? He then went back to get his wife's car fixed through him. if there's all this information on Google about Brian Belmonte, why did no one, everyone says how they did not know him, but they went to him for car stuff, but also saying he's a known scammer.
We finally we had to hire a lawyer in New York.
And Bishop Robert and them went to that man after 2019.
Try to get the car out because we never authorized the car to be in a body shop. I never knew it was there. They lied to the police that the owner of the vehicle allowed the car to be towed. The police never contacted me as the registered. My name was on the title. I was never contacted by the police either that the car was in a car accident. I found out later because a lawsuit came my way from the car accident. But the cops basically let them take the car from the car scene without notifying me. And they lied and said the owner authorized it. So I had to get a lawyer involved to get the car back out. From my understanding, now this part I can't confirm or deny, but from my understanding, Brandon's had dealings with body shops for years. I've heard it from other victims. And so essentially it's like another con where he will, I guess, partner up with a body shop to be able to get them money and then they split it. So they.
Now, what did she just say? That's a scam that he has. That they'll work with other body shops to make money. Belmonte kept saying that Bishop Robbery kept saying, where's his half? Where's his money? Belmonte was accusing Bishop Robbery of saying, I need to make money off this too. And now she's saying that's always been a part of the Belmonte scam and scheming. That they'll work with other body shops to get more money for cars that's been in accidents. And that's what Belmonte was saying Bishop Robbie was doing, trying to get more money from him. I'm just saying, she's saying stories is connected.
We wanted, I think, like $64,000, something like that, for the car to be stored there. So we had a process server. The guy pulled a gun on my process server. It was a whole fiasco. So finally, we did get the car back out. Unfortunately, it was during COVID, so our court date got pushed back like 8 months. So we've been paying on this car for years. So the car's still wrecked. The car is useless.
Are you still paying on the car?
Yes. Insurance wouldn't cover it because of the sale of the car. So Brandon, once again, at one point he did pay us some money because I guess there was an Instagram account that was started that was calling him out for being a fraudulent person. So he started paying back a little bit to a couple of victims, and then once again he went missing. And I finally saw the article where someone sent me anonymously, actually, an article where he was apparently
an anonymous person sent her a story.
Informant on your case. And of course, I was enraged immediately because he always says he has the FBI in his back pocket, that he has all of these, high up contacts, and that he knows important people. And that's why basically he can get away with what he gets away with. So when I saw he was an informant, I was enraged. I've heard many times that he's bragged about this. There's actually a video at one point that he posted bragging that he had posted or put recordings in some of his rental cars to basically turn people over. So like I said, I was enraged because I'm like,
Bishop said that before.
How is a guy that's been scamming people for over a decade an informant for the FBI?
So how is somebody who's been scamming for over a decade? Nobody knows it. No one knows it. No one. Everybody keep going to him, saying they don't know him, but now they all know he's a scammer.
So I reached out to you, obviously, because I have been trying to get someone to listen to me and like the 15 other people that I speak with on a daily basis, try to get some justice, because Brandon needs to be stopped. That man has been doing this for too long. He's hiding his money. He's still doing, as he was doing your informant stuff, he was still scamming people actively. So I spoke to someone that he sold the car to. They wired him the deposit, and he never sent the car.
So talk about that now, because I don't want to have you on too long, because we're going to continue to do this. But I just wanted the people to know. But just talk about some of the victims and exactly what they did, because we all been on the phone with a ton of victims, and I know he scammed somebody for liquor stores.
That was his first scam, was the liquor stores. Those were the Empire liquor stores. He would drop contracts, say that he had backers, and he would take their money and then basically leave. There's one guy he basically put everything on, and the poor guy had to file for bankruptcy. He also started a website at one point where people never got their wine that they were ordering. So that was like the beginning of it all. I was not involved in that part. That's just what I read. But there is, if you Google Brandon Belmonte, you will find the thread. And of course, there's somebody, which I'm 99% sure is Brandon, who said that they've been doing business with them since 2016. It's been great, but I'm sure that's a lie, because I don't know one person that's done business with Brandon that hasn't been in trouble later.
Hold on one second. So just to give y'all an update, this is a victim of Brandon Belmonte. Brandon Belmonte is the con man that set Bishop up. You guys know that I've been screaming my innocence, and this is the con man that created this narrative to set me up to be arrested. And everybody ridiculed me, and everybody talked bad about me, and now Brandon Belmonte was just arrested by the feds for
Brandon Belmonte being arrested for fraud does not stop the fact that Bishop Robbery was also arrested for fraud.
Scamming and scheming and conning people, and now all of his victims are going to start to come out. I've spoken to at least 7 now? At least 7 victims, and the number has arisen over, I believe, $1 to $2 million of scams and conning from Brandon Belmonte. And now
y'all know when he was upset with Larry Reed, he said, I heard from all Larry Reed victims. Same MO.
The thing is, I'm going to give them my platform, because this con man have turned my life upside down. He's turned my life upside down, and he's allowed the media and the world to believe that he was a businessman, and he's not a businessman. And I don't want no inboxes talking about let this be handled in court. I'm just talking about a con man. I'm talking about a con man that have destroyed my life.
Let's also say how let this be handled in court, but we tried going to the prosecutors. So let's, we can't say let's be handled in court when it's still being ignored.
And that's what, and they called me as pretty much the last hurrah, and they saying, Bishop, we've been ignored, we've been filing paperwork, filing police reports, calling prosecutors, and nobody didn't want to hear them.
So everybody going to him, right? This does not prove your innocence. Why would anyone think she is involved with that when she has already said it was about her car? No one can scam everyone that do business with and keep getting business deals. An indictment is not, and that is an indictment isn't an accusation. And the weird thing is, he acting like he ain't got his own indictment for the same shit, scheme of scamming.
Until he messed with Bishop, and now things are really hitting the fan, and now we're going to really see who this con man is. Brandon Belmonte. All you have to do is Google him. I've been getting so many inboxes from his victims, right? And I want you to still inbox me, because we're going to put you right to who you need to talk to, because of, what he has done to me, he's been doing to them for years. I never knew the guy at all. I didn't know.
Now, how? Because these people are saying that they gave him their car, never got their car back. In his situation, allegedly, he took his wife's car to be fixed after an accident. How is it the same thing? Your wife didn't get her car back? How is it the same thing? I'm confused.
I was just met him through a friend, associate of mine, not even a friend, associate of mine, and boom, this is what he started to do to me. And like I said, I'd rather lose money than have charges against me. But my lawyers are handling it, and they're doing what they need to do. But what I want you to do, victim 1, that's what I'm going to call her, is just let us know about.
Well, she's not going to say no more. I cut that part out.
What he did to a few of the victims, because this young lady right here has been really orchestrating and pulling all of the victims together. And I met her first, and then she connected me with a lot of different victims, so she knows their stories up and down. So there are.
I cut out her talking because I'm like, I don't know the people, and because she won't show who she is, I'm like, we can't say if you are even an actual victim. We don't know who you are.
So many more stories that are going to be coming out, and I did not want. I'm going to let you guys know the truth is going to come out about this man. He's a con man, and I just wanted this first victim to come on. I did not want to keep her long because to be a victim with something is very difficult and very hard, and people use what happened to you for their own gain. And we have been talking. We met back in March, was it this year?
Yeah, it's been a couple months. After I reached out to the New Yorker, when they put him as a businessman, I reached out to the New Yorker and let them know that this guy was a con artist and that they're actually like hurting future victims because he's trying to legitimize himself as a businessman by using the media, and they completely ignored it. They did not want to change their story. They completely ignored the fact that this guy was a con man.
So what she said was, I didn't mean to get on speed up. He said, I've been talking to you since March of this year. So from March to August, he had been talking to this lady behind the scenes. That was after his indictment. His indictment, Bishop Robbie's indictment, happens in December. That's when he was arrested in 2022. And then in March of 2023, he like, oh, this is when this lady reached out to me because of the story in the New Yorker. She reached out to me. We've been talking since then because she know all of the victims. However, none of these people that lady who we don't know who she is and who she talking about as other victims, that's not even why the man was arrested.
Well, my thing is this. Me and the victims are going to continuously work together. Like I told you guys, I didn't notice this guy. He was introduced to me, and my life got flipped upside down. My life got flipped upside down, and it's never the same. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the victims my platform, so therefore they can show the world who this guy Brandon Belmonte is. So he was charged on Friday with, I think, 2 or 3 charges. However, none of those charges have anything to do with all of the victims that I know.
So he has people on his IG, okay, with the 30 to 40 to 50 viewers on there, and he's saying, oh yeah, these people who are victims, that's not even what he was arrested for. So all the people who, as the lady said, they've been calling the FBI, calling the fact, if multiple people have been calling the police on Belmonte since 2019, what reason would the police have to not pursue a case against Belmonte when he was just arrested for fraud? I'm just wondering what reason would the police, the FBI, or whoever have to not want to listen to. They usually want to build a case, in my opinion. So I just wonder, why would they not want? Why was he arrested and indicted on stuff that has nothing to do with the people who are saying they're the victims that he's been victimizing since at least 2019 or before?
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna close out. We're gonna be doing this all week. I was gonna do a press conference, but my team said no, just do it on live. And
why a press conference? We don't need no more press conferences.
Just get the ball rolling. Get the ball rolling. Get the victims out so you guys can see there are multiple victims. I spoke to 7 myself. Maybe a little more, but I'm just gonna be at the minimum. I already spoke to 7 victims.
7 victims who he says not included in the charges that Belmonte was already arrested on federally, okay? Even though these victims have been complaining and going to the police for years. Okay.
Victims of Brandon Belmonte, and the hurt and the pain that the pain that they're going through. And Brandon Belmonte chose the wrong person to do it to, Bishop Whitehead, and now he's going to be exposed. And ironically, as soon as he went on 105, did an interview on 105 by using my name. 7 days later, he was federally indicted. And we need to shine a light on him because he's the one who started everything.
Sir, that's not how indictments work. That is not how, and you have to have proof. They was already the same way you was indicted on Christmas Day or whatever, Christmas Eve or whatever it was. The same way you were arrested, they have been building a case on you. The same way they probably was building one on him. They may have been using him to get to you. So to say, oh, he did an interview on 101 or whatever, and then 7 days later, it was an indictment. They had to have been, the feds don't out the blue. You know what? Let's go arrest the dude who was on the radio. They have to get evidence against you. They had to already been looking into what he was doing. They had to have known all the different businesses. It don't happen that fast.
Everything.
Just like we kept telling you to shut up, Belmonte should have also shut up too. Both of y'all kept talking, and now both of y'all is indicted.
And this whole debacle in my life, I wasn't being investigated. Everybody keep thinking, no, it was none of that. It was
Stop lying.
him. He started everything against Bishop Whitehead.
No, they kept saying the first issue was that lady who said he took her 90,000.
I don't know him. I had just met him, and we don't have no years of friendship. We don't even have months of friendship. I don't know this guy. And he created this narrative to try to take down a successful young black man and also the mayor of New York. And that's just what it is. So now we're going to, I'm going to allow the victims. I'm going to allow all of the victims, everybody that wants my platform, that was a victim, and that can show me proof. Everybody that comes on this shows me proof.
What proof did that lady show you? I might have the wrong button. Oh, that might have been the end. What proof did that lady show you? I'm just wondering.
Belmonte is. So he was charged on Friday with, I think, 2 or 3 charges. However, none of those charges have anything to do with all of the victims that I know. All right, y'all. So I'm going to close out. We're going to be doing this all week. I was going to do a press conference, but my team said, no, just do it on live and just get the ball rolling. Get the ball rolling. Get the victims out so you guys can see there are multiple victims. I spoke to 7 myself. Maybe a little more, but I'm just going to be, at the minimum, I already spoke to 7 victims of Brandon Belmonte. And the hurt and the pain that, the pain that they're going through. And Brandon Belmonte chose the wrong person to do it to, Bishop Whitehead, and now he's going to be exposed. And ironically, as soon as he went on 105, he did an interview on 105 by using my name. 7 days later, he was federally indicted. And we need to shine a light on him because he's the one who started everything. And this whole debacle in my life. I wasn't being investigated. Everybody keep thinking, no, it was none of that. It was him. He started everything against Bishop Whitehead, and I don't know him. I had just met him, and we don't have no years of friendship. We don't even have months of friendship. I don't know this guy. And he created this narrative to try to take down a successful young black man and also the mayor of New York. And that's just what it is. So now we're going to, I'm going to allow the victims. I'm going to allow all of the victims, everybody that wants my platform, that was a victim, and that can show me proof. Everybody that comes on this shows me proof.
But he didn't say we're proof that they show him. I need Bishop Robbery to focus on his church. Where your wife? Where your scooter? Where your kids? Where your Bible? Where your congregation? If your lawyers are in the dang on courtroom handling things, okay, let them handle it. Because again, as he said, none of these people are even in the indictment of Belmonte. And if they were smart, they would not associate themselves with somebody else who was federally indicted. Why would you not call the F to B and the I? Because we all know the feds love pressing charges. If there is extra charges they can put on that man, they will want to hear from the victims. The same way the feds wanted to hear from everybody who has stuff on Bishop Robbery, the same will be for Belmonte. My thing is this: you think by telling us Belmonte was also arrested, that means we think you innocent? No, sir. I say no, sir. At the end of the day, I don't know how 2 people who both are accused of scheming and scamming are out here fussing about each other with a random white woman in the middle. Because Bishop Robbery was fussing about scheming, scamming Belmonte, and now Belmonte was fussing about scheming, scamming Bishop Robbery. Both of them accused each other of being scheming and scamming people. All we do know is Bishop Robbery said, well, I didn't know him, but I was introduced through somebody. Well, through who? And if Belmonte is such a schemer and a scammer that y'all keep saying it was all in the Google, so did nobody Google him? Did no one Google him? Before I do anything with anyone, I Google them. I look for their IG, their Twitter, their Facebook, or TikTok, whatever. I look for everything because I like to know who I'm involving myself in. There's never a time where I can say, I didn't know who they was, but I started doing business with them. Not stuff that can get me arrested. Because how do you just send your wife's car to somebody you don't know? I've been going to the same car place since I got my first car back in 2004. I've been going to the same car place. And I started going there because my daddy went there. And my uncles went there. Hell, when me and my ex broke up, I introduced him. His ass still go there, which makes me mad. That's my car shop. Your ass shouldn't go. My thing is, usually you know the people you going to that you go get things done at. And I feel like Bishop Robbie ain't never said, how did y'all really send it or a friend introduce? Why? Have you not questioned that friend? Because how did your friend even know him if he's a schemer and scammer? How? I don't know schemer and scammer people. I don't. Not no more. Not no more. Not in my adult years, I don't know no scheming scammers. Not none. And then for him to say, well, I'm gonna keep the identity of this victim number one under wrap. It's gonna be a secret. Shh. Why? You know, and if you've been talking to her for all these months, and if she know all the other victims who, as y'all say, been complaining and not getting no leeway with the police, why would they not want to make themselves public so if something do happen, people know who they is? You know, because I'm like, what's the point of being anonymous? What's the point? Bishop can't fool me. Not around here, partner. Not around here. Okay, you can't fool me, Bishop. Not today. Not ever. And again, I'm not saying the Belmonte dude is innocent or guilty. All I'm saying is everybody is accusing everybody of scheming and scamming. And I'm done. Okay. 2 hours and 47 minutes later, we have come to a close. Okay. Y'all know every day at 9 p.m. I will be live if there's stuff. So always come around because by 8 o'clock, my live is always set. You see them thing, okay? When they announce Tory Lanez's sentencing, I might go live. I don't know. It depends on what time it happened. I might put up a little song for us to come have a discussion or whatever. Just have your little bell of the notification on. Ding! It'll tell you, hey, JayLee's live. It's going to be live. So do that. Okay, I hope y'all all had a great time. I did. We had a conversation about a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, conversations were had and whatnot. But right now, ain't nothing else going on around here. We are done. Okay, I love you all. Please be sure, like the video, share the video, hit share. You can share on your Twitter, on your Facebook, around the world. I don't know. But share me. Okay, share me. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, TikTok. I am tired, y'all. I got off work and came right on live, so I'm going to go and just lay down. I will talk to y'all later. Be good, be safe, be good, be safe. I love you all. I got to go.